Alright guys, in this video we're going to add the authors section with the images and so on. I can actually close that tab up. So let's go to our text editor and we want to go below the last section, which was the about section, and I'm going to put a comment in here that says authors, and we want to add a section with an ID of authors. Okay, I'm also going to add a margin class, so we want MY, so margin on the top and bottom, we'll do 5, and then let's also align everything, all the text to the center. And then we'll have a container, so typical structure, we'll have our row, we'll have a full column, and we're also going to have an info header here, okay, just like we did above. So let's do a div with the class of info-header, and we also want a class here of MB5 to kind of move everything down, and then we'll have an H1 with the class of text primary to give it that color, and PB padding bottom 3. So same exact stuff we did above with that info header, and we're going to say meet the authors. And then underneath the H1 we'll have a paragraph with the class of lead, and let's do lorem 15 tab. And now we want to go underneath the let's see, we want to go underneath the row because we're going to add a new row here with the authors. So let's say row, and then each author will be for large screens and up, we want it to be a 3 column, but for medium screens we want it to be 2 columns, okay, or two 6 column divs. So we're going to add 2 classes to this. So let's say call LG, then we want 3, we want it to stretch 3. If it's medium, call MD, we want it to only take up 2 6 column divs. Okay, so either 4 3 column divs for large or 2 6 column divs. Okay, it's always going to equal 12. And then in here, let's add a card. Then we want a card body. Inside here, we want our image of our person. So I'm going to say image. We're going to give this a class of image dash fluid. I also want it to be rounded, so rounded circle will do that for us. And I'm also going to give it a width of 50. Remember the width classes? We're going to say W-50 and then a margin bottom of 3. Okay, and then the image source will be image/person1.jpg. And then underneath the image, we're going to put an H3 with the person's name. So we're going to say Susan Williams. And then let's do an H5. Whoops. Underneath, we want to do an H5. Actually, let's give that a class of text muted. And this is basically her position, so she's the lead writer. Underneath that, we'll put a paragraph. This is just some basic description stuff. We'll say lorem 10. Actually, let's do lorem 15. All right, and then under that is where we want to do the social media icons. Oops. And for the social media icons, I want to use Flexbox because I want them to line up horizontally. And I also want to add some padding and stuff and justify it. So let's do a class of dflex, and inside dflex, let's add actually, one thing I want to do is I want to justify everything. So we're going to add to this justify dash content, and we want it to the center. Okay, and then in here, what we'll do is have 3 divs, and I want padding 4 on all of them. So let's say P-4 times 3 tab. In this first one, let's put an A tag. Actually, we don't need any class or anything. It's just going to be an A tag, and we can say that this is going to go to http facebook.com. All right, and in this link is where we want to put the icon, so it's going to be font awesome fas.fa-facebook, and that's it. So for these other ones here, what I'll do is copy this A tag. Let's put the next one in. So this will be Twitter. And obviously, if this was a real site for your client or whatever, you would have this go to their profile, but we're just going to have it go to the site. And then this last one here inside this div, this is going to be Instagram. All right. So this is basically just the first author. If we take a look, it's going to look like this right now. Okay, we're going to add some custom CSS to kind of move the image up here, but for now it should look like that. The icons are not showing though. Did I do the wrong class? Actually, you know what? For these social icons with Font Awesome 5, it's FAB, I believe, not FAS. It used to always just be FA, but since they added like the premium stuff, there's different classes for the first one here. So let's try that. That should work. Yeah, there we go. So now we have our icons. All right, now for the other 3 people, what I'll do is just copy, let's see. So we'll copy the entire, this div with the column, which ends right here. So we'll grab that and we'll add 3 more in this row. So right underneath, we'll do 1 or 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's see. This is the first one. We want to leave that. The second one here is going to be person 2. And we'll, for the name here, we'll go ahead and change this to Grace Smith. Let's see what else we want to do here. Wait, is this the one I wanted? Let me see. Yeah, so we'll do Grace Smith. Change her position. We'll say co-writer. And we want to change, we already did the image. And I think that's it. So the Facebook, all this stuff, the social icons, they can stay the same. It's basically just the name, the position, and the image that we want to change here. So let's go to the next one, and let's change it to person3.jpg. Let's change the name to John Doe, and he is the editor. And then for the last one here, we'll change it to person4.jpg, and this is Kevin Swanson, and he is the designer. All right, so let's save that, see what it looks like. Okay, so it should look like this. Now what we're going to do is head over to the CSS and do a couple things there. Style.scss, and we're going to go underneath the info header, and we're going to add the author's ID, and let's target the image that's in there, and let's add a margin top, and we're going to add a negative value. We're going to say negative 50 pixels because we want to bring it up out of the box or out of the card. And then I also want a card hover effect. So we're going to say the card that's in the authors on the hover state, we want the background to be the primary color. Remember, we defined a Sass variable for that. And then the color of the text will be white. And then I also want the icons to be white. So let's say FAB. Any FAB class within authors will be color white. Okay, so let's try it out, and now you can see that the images are above the fold here, or above the card, and when we hover over these, you can see that they turn into the primary color. Okay, so I think that's going to do it, guys. In the next video, we're going to add the contact area, and we're also going to add the footer, and we should be able to do the smooth scroll and scroll spy as well. All right, so I'll see you in the next video.